Welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War English Campaign, episode the 78th with me, Skwalker. And when we left off, we had done a few more battles against the Spanish and the Polish. Actually, we didn't fight the Polish last episode, but hey, I can lie because I shouldn't really. That was very bad of me. I'm sorry, forgive me. Anyway, what are we up to today? Well, our main objective is to retake Toulouse from the Spanish. However, we can't do that till next turn. I've also got a few rebels to deal with, and I'm also decided that I would like to try and capture Rome, because I feel like that's a grand city fitting of my kingdom, and it also take out the southernmost territory of the Holy Roman Empire, who I am now trying to absolutely obliterate, because they're getting annoying. I was going to try and take Venice this turn, or at least I couldn't really take it, but I was going to try and make my move on it. However, Bologna has been having some rioting because the recent excommunication has been a bit of a public order narc on a few towns. So I'm doing what I can to try and hold the ship steady, and we're just going to really move on to the next turn at this point. But we do have a rebel battle to deal with first, so we're going to deal with that. Oh, and there's more rebels over here. Of course there's more rebels over here. There's always fucking rebels here, which I probably knew about and then have chosen to ignore again. By the way, Admiral Nicholas, yeah, you were going to deal with some Polish peeps, but then they've kind of wandered off, so, sorry about that. Right, anyway, first priority before we end this turn is we're going to deal with the rebels near Aarhus, and then we are going to move on to the next turn. So, Aarhus, I have a job for you.
Hail, my king!
You need to take some troops. Let's take, say, what do we know about them again, sorry?
Battle will resolve our differences.
2 units of Viking Raiders, and those guys just aren't really very good. They're just kind of just little axe units. So, take the Bill Militia, take 3 units of Archer Militia, and 1 unit of Spear Militia, and you should be absolutely fine.
As you will, my king. To battle.
Okay, so Captain Sven wants to fight us. It's a strength ratio of 6 to 5 in my favour. We outnumber him by 175 men. Oh, he had a little surprise. He's got a unit of feudal knights among him, and they're commanding him. Our spear militia might struggle a bit against them. However, at the same time, our general should hopefully be able to help us, and the other unit with some crossbowmen. They should be dealable with. But, right, let's just jump into it. Let's see if we can bring down the enemy knights and feudal raidy friends. I'm sure also some good archer barrages will do wonders for me. Let's just get into this one. Have fun!
Muster your courage, men! In war, there's nothing so becomes a man as bravery before your enemies. A man can be afraid and still be brave, and any man who faces battle without concern is a moonstruck fool. To be brave is to go forward anyway, no matter how afeared. That is why I go forward, in the company of so many other brave men. These rebellious knaves and villains are not fit to breathe the same air as we honest Englishmen. They must all die before dawn comes again. This is a mercy, because they richly deserve the gallows for turning against their betters. And remember, my enemies know that I am a brave man by repute, and I do not willingly keep company with poltroons. You are all picked brave men here, and the enemy know this. Your bravery already unmans them. Let's do the rest and finish them!
Alright then, let's move in.
Units, await my orders.
So, archers, you should know what you're doing. I don't quite know where it's going to deploy. We're going to deploy either in that field or on that road. I kind of feel, I feel like it's going to be that field, but because I don't know, I'm going to kind of just leave my deployment as it is. Billman, you're marching with the spearmen. The Billmen will deal with the, they'll deal with the Viking Raiders, and the Axemen will just then be summoned to deal with the cavalry, but at the same time that's also what my general's going to do. He's just going to have to do some flanking and general support today. But the enemy has gone for the field, right? I had a feeling it was going to be the field, but I didn't want to gamble on it. So, right, lads, start moving up. We'll make our position in the forest, and then we'll start getting her on. But for now, I think I'm just going to have to do a bit of fast forwarding, a bit of skipping, because I can't even see the enemy. But then again, that's what happens when you restrict your view. Okay, so as you can tell, I have decided to make my position in the field. Now, it is quite an open place, but at the same time it provides my archers with plenty of areas to fire. And because the enemy's most likely got their units hidden in the forest, I don't want to have a nasty surprise sprung on me. So, I'm going to start moving our archers forward. I'm going to have them mainly target the enemy generally because he's a key unit who's going to cause me the most trouble. So, I really want him to have the most missile pressure placed upon him. Got my spears, my billmen still moving around, and the enemy's shuffling their men around. And I always have my general at the ready, but I might just want to keep him a little bit back just because there are some crossbows among the enemy troops. I don't want to get myself caught in them. But hopefully this hill provides me with some minor cover against the enemy crossbows. It's probably not going to provide me with a lot, but every little helps at the end of the day. I would go with fire arrows, but at the same time I don't want to just because it's not the easiest shot to make money at the same time. My archer militia are probably not even going to scratch those feudal knights with regular arrows since they're non-armor piercing, so we're going to light it up. And also, if we start a big forest fire, then hey, we get to pay the price for being massively irresponsible. Right, lads, let's make our position here. The enemy is starting to move as well. I think they're going to try and bring some troops forward, so if I do so, we'll meet them on the field. That being said, you lot need to keep moving forward. General, I want you to shift focus. I want you to go here, because you need to be ideally having more open ground to increase your effectiveness. And the enemy is still keeping back away from us, so we need to keep moving in because archer militia do not have fantastic range, unfortunately. They try, bless them, they try, but they just don't have great range. Right, how much closer are we now? Right, looking better now. We can start hitting their crossbowmen. I would like to start hitting their feudal knights, but to be honest, it looks like we're not going to be able to hit them. But hopefully what we can just do is have some stray arrows hit them. Plus, there's the Viking raiders just lurking around there, so let's see what we can hit there. That being said, the crossbows are starting to hit us, but our first few arrows are also getting in there, so we're going to cause them some trouble. And we should, once more, I think we have a slightly higher fire rate than the enemy, in fact, since we are using arrows rather than slow old crossbows, so we should be fine. General, you just move up on that flank and prepare to make your move. Lads, if you're here, you're ready to just basically be a first response unit should anything go wrong. But archers are going to try and hold their ground because I want to make sure that we only retreat when we see the whites of their eyes. And the feudal knights, they did come into our range, but now they've left our range. That's fine, leave them for now. They'll slip up soon. Bring more forward, more crossbowmen though. Luckily our missiles are giving us some difficulties. I think we do have a minor advantage in terms of the terrain, but then again I think they also have a minor terrain advantage as well, I don't know. If we both have a minor terrain advantage, it actually makes it a terrain neutrality. But they are getting hammered on by our archers. They are not giving them the easiest of times. Right, try and give the Viking raiders a bit more of a harsh time though, because they're a unit who really need it. But then again, like I said, the feudal knights have just slipped up. They have just brought themselves into my range. So I want to make them a target that gets a few hits down. Even if we bring down one feudal knight, it still helps us out a lot. And it also, you know, I mean, quality point with a weak to bring down around that. But yeah, the enemy's definitely going in for a charge now. So billmen, get yourselves up front and ready. It's your time to shine. In fact, come forward now. Archers, pull back. The enemy's coming to say hello, and they're not going to wait around for an answer. Right. General. Oh, looks like the enemy feudal knights want to play me. That's fine. That's fine. Take him for a ride, or engage him now, and I'm going to try and send some spearmen to help you. Spearmen, I need you to come and help. General, you know what? I didn't want you to engage that unit. That was not a good idea. Pull back. Archers, provide some covering fire.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Right, the Viking raiders are already about to push it back anyway, so we're already losing those guys. Spear militia, just get in there, get the initial charge out. Archers, cease fire. Try and focus your shots on anything that's running away. Bill militia, you try and maintain focus on finishing off those Viking raiders because they're deserting. Right, you lot, keep it going now. We managed to engage the enemy general on horseback. Lads, I did say when I want you to focus on something, I want you to focus on troops that are running away. Do not focus on troops that are engaging with my troops, because then that's just going to create issues. Right, Billman, good job on routing those guys out.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
I hope that wasn't my general dying at the exact same time when that happened. Nah, he's fine, he's keeping himself safe. Right, enemy general's down. Good job, lads. Let's move in and finish this job. Archers, ceasefire please. You have done a fantastic job. You did your part nicely, and now the infantry can finish the job once and for all. Lads, just get in there, finish off the Viking raiders, and my guys are going to lead up the crossbowmen. There we go. Already.
Only half the enemy force
Let's
remains.
see if anyone gets some XP while we're at it as well. Build militia, yep. Doing a fantastic job there. Just keep battering them, and they'll go down and just finish off whatever.
Pursue and run them down.
Pursue and run them down, sir. That's what I'm going to do. Right. Move forward, men. You know what to do. Go forth, live long, try and make some prosperity. I'm sure life will treat us fine, right? How are we doing over here? Yeah, looking good. Killing them off. Keep them killed. Keep them down. Keep them dead. Good job,
We
right.
await your command.
Anyone else left? I think there is someone else left. I know there's someone else left. Yeah, there's some losers left here. Guys, remember, don't run next to them. Run into them, then kill them. Never just run next to them. That doesn't achieve anything, does it? Yeah. Good job, then. I'm sure these people just scatter away and we won't be hearing from them in a while. That's what we get for openly rebelling and briganding in my lands.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
Good job, men. Good job, that's all I have to say. Alright, let's move on to something else for a little bit. Well done, lads. Good results, by the way. Yeah, just really an average rebel killing. Nice and
By
painful.
God's will, we have triumphed!
We also got a trait increase for Edward. He gained some additional command. That's
Hail,
always
my
nice
king.
to have. He's returned to his homeland. And I've got sneeze problems, but there's nothing I can do about his retraining right now. Okay. Good. I think we can call that a turn there. Hey. Once more, I apologise. Right, what can we do about Captain Augustine, by the way? What do we know about him?
God, you are not my lead.
He's got a couple of units, and one of them's armoured swordsman. Was I preparing troops in Nottingham? I've got troops in Nottingham, though some of them need retraining. I'd say Robin could lead them, but he's got nothing to do. Leonard can lead them when we're in the area, though. Might have enough troops actually to deal with them. Yeah, you know what?
Orders.
Send everyone but the weakened billman out, and I think we'll give them a go. So get them over here, and then Leonard, if you could just come and link up with the army.
We're combining into a huge...
Come and get me.
And what do we know now? It's 2 Welsh spearmen, 2 armoured swordsman unit of male knights. Right, I'd rather get some spears up against them. So hold your position for now. If you get attacked, that's fine, but I'm gonna get you some spearmen as soon as I can. How much are Welsh spearmen, by the way? 470 florins a pop. Fuck that, my man. I will train some spearmen and I will have them sent over, because I am not paying 470. I know I'm basically paying for the convenience of just getting them instantly, but once more, fuck that.
Where to, sir?
Okay, let's just go to the next turn.
Leaving the army, sire.
So as predicted, the Spanish have decided to counter-attack. Captain Duran is coming with Captain Arias, who is not his identical twin, they just happen to look alike, to bring down my relief force led by Ambrose Curthose. The strength ratio is 1-to-1, mainly because we are more or less even in terms of numbers, but this is basically what we fought at Toulouse initially, and it is a lot of spongy, tanky, fucking wanky heavy infantry. We are going to be fighting several units of dismounted chivalric knights, several units of dismounted feudal knights, 3 units of crossbows, and 1 unit of sword militia. Our biggest advantage is the enemy is completely and totally lacking cavalry, however, which means their mobility is zilch. And we are on a defensive footing, which means I can plant my stakes, get my longbows out, and just start pinging, picking, and smacking away at their lines. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to play this one very defensively, let the enemy come to us, and I think we'll do just fine. There are also some reinforcements inbound, which is what was remaining of the garrison, which is 1 unit of chivalrics and 1 unit of javelins. So we'll deal with them as they come. But I think this is one that we can win on a defensive, and it's actually a battle I would rather do on a defensive, because I can dig in with my longbows and let my knights move around and cause some problems. But we can only do that on the battlefield, which is where we're going to go right now.
I shall lead our forces into battle. I have brought you here to fight. I can promise you nothing save a hard struggle. Would you have me tell you anything else? But if I say we can win, then we can win. We shall be victorious if all do their part. And all will do that. God has created 2 sorts of men. Spaniards and those who kill Spaniards. God loves only the killers of Spaniards. So let us English serve God extremely well in the coming battle. The enemy must hold us here, or lose their lands. They will try their best, but lacking the guts of true warriors, they will fail. God's wounds. I see that our foes are amply supplied with heavily armored troops. Would that we had some men who carry firelocks. We may feel their lack. And so, make your peace with God and any rivals in our ranks, and set your heart on what is to come. Go with God, men! Raise our banners!
Yeah, I guess some arquebusiers would have been really lovely to have, but we don't have them, so... Oh well. Right, let's start deploying.
Units, await my orders!
Okay, so... in terms of terrain, when we play as the English, I like a nice hill, and there is a nice hill. There's this area here. This is where we've got the highest terrain, and it's going to be our best defensive position, because we are fighting basically an entire army of infantry and nothing but infantry. So let's make sure they have a nice hard march up the hill. There will be some reinforcements spawning in somewhere though, and I wasn't entirely sure where, but I think they'll just be spawning in next door to the enemy army, so that's fine. Okay, so a strong front line shouldn't really be dismounted English knights, but at the same time, dismounted English knights do have their uses, but not here. I don't think they're a very good defensive unit. They do better on the offensive. So, how we'll play it is we're going to try and keep our formations somewhat chunky, so we can try and keep these engagements on a one-on-one basis, rather than try and have one unit multiple engagements, because then that's where morale starts to shatter. But I'm going to try and take some tips out my Carthaginian playbook. So I'm gonna try and use my old Carthaginian formation to a degree. So I've got a nice strong front line which should be able to absorb the damage, and then I've got 2 lines here. They're the same units, so they should be able to absorb any charges, and they should also be able to try and close the gate and box the enemy in if all goes to plan. I'm going to put my dismounted English knights on the flanks, because their objective will be to find and disrupt the enemy by trying to get around the flank, because that's where those guys are going to do their better parts. These guys do seem to do a little bit better when they go on the offensive and when they get that charge in. So, if I get an excuse to charge them into an enemy unit right on the side, I think that's where these guys should hopefully excel and finally have a use that is useful. So come on lads, I've got faith in you today. That being said, we're going to make the core of our defensive force here our longbowmen, of course. No skirmishing, but you know, you've got good men right in front of you who are going to defend you. Basically, I need you to play for kills, really. Just get every last arrow, killing every last Spaniard, and then that proves how much you love God, because God loves those who kill Spaniards. Yeah. He's a good guy, he's God. Spears, you're going to be the back. You're basically an auxiliary support unit. I'll have them move around as I see fit. They will basically try and provide some general flanking support, so I'm just going to keep them there. They're also reserved should things start to go wrong. I also have one spare unit of knights here, so they're once more, they're going to play as a reserve unit because they're depleted. So if there's a gap where I need them, I'll bring them in and they can assist. In terms of cavalry, we're going to have two split groups of knights. I've got one group of knights here. They're going to charge around and just basically do as much flanking as possible. And then Ambrose will take the weaker units of knights under his wing, and they'll also try and do some flanking, but they're going to try and target the specialised units. Billman, you're also here. You're in reserve, and you're going to just try and help out where you can. Actually, you know, I'm going to put you guys here. Try and make a bit of a cup for the enemy to seep into, and we can try and funnel them towards the dismounted English knights who might be able to provide some additional support. Either way, once more, it's a highly defensive formation I've picked. Hopefully it works, otherwise we've got some big problems. Either way, nice strong front line. I'm going to play it very defensive. All units will now be placed into guard mode, so you lot into guard mode, you lot also into guard mode, so we won't be moving forward should we take any victories, because with the sheer amount of enemy troops around, we need to hold our line.
The enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in gallantry.
Okay, so yeah, I should have predicted as well that the enemy would have been a bit silly and just deployed right in the front. But it looks like they're going to readjust their army to face me because they're so polite. Thank you. Archers will start taking pot shots as soon as they are able to do so. And I think we should try and start moving our cavalry in to try and basically just take control of the flanks here and now. Let's just get that over and done with. That being said, enemy reinforcements are advancing from here. In fact, there's so few of them. You know what? I'm going to send a mill knight, so just go and disrupt them now. Lads, get up there, disrupt their reinforcements, and that's 2 less units we have to worry about. And it also gets rid of their only ranged unit as well. So if we get them disrupted now, we're laughing. You lot, keep marching on the flank. See if you can maybe distract a few enemy units. Maybe just give them a bit of a run around for a few minutes. Buy me some time. And that'll just work out absolutely brilliant. But you two lads, you know what you're doing. And the enemy knows what I'm doing as well. In fact, the javelin men are trying to get ready to face me down. They are somewhat well armoured, but that isn't going to help them. Mailed knights, go into a wedge, just hard charge them, and they should fall immediately. Well, they won't fall immediately. They've got more morale than that, but at the same time, they've just decided to be very silly. They've tried to readjust their formation, which means, yeah, there you go. That was a tight formation for me to just crash into. Right, lads, do your usual thing. If your charge hasn't gone well, just pull out. But that's the javelin men. They've gone home already. They've decided that they couldn't fight today. They've just found a sick note from their doctors in their pocket, so they've just used that bullshit on us. You lot, get in there, surround them, just push them over the edge.
George,
nice.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, only half the enemy. Behold,
that looked like one of the most painful charges I've ever done, by the way. Lads, that was a fantastic job you've just done there. Finish off whatever you can. Knights,
very much in our
good job.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Right, the enemy crossbowmen are trying to fire upon our lines. Yes, we do have missile units that I did not mention. Longbows, try and make your main focus their heavily armoured infantry, but we'll just have to grit our teeth with the crossbowmen. Our cavalry is now on the flank, so we can hopefully start pulling off some good flank charges, because if we could just do what we did against those knights a few minutes ago, we'll be laughing, because that was just an absolute sandwich charge. In fact, one of you, get right in the back of those Pavisas now, slam them down. General, you get here, prepare to also get your teeth in there. Knights, just hold the line for as well as you can. English knights, move in and get an engagement now. Because there's enemy missile units targeting you, I want you to just move in, engage your unit, because then any further engagements from any archer units will be forced to basically start hitting their own troops, which is what I would rather force them into doing. Right, you lot, oh, don't you lot move in just yet. You lot just keep the enemies busy, right, you lot, good job, you've managed to distract some of the enemies, pull them back. Keep the momentum up, but don't just stand in one place, do not get contested.
Victory will be ours.
But as you can see, I've managed to pull back a considerable, well, I haven't really pulled back a considerable unit of their infantry, but some of their infantry is now distracted and not engaging stuff it can engage. Many of the chivalrics have got them busy, so that's absolutely fine by me. Longbows, target anything that isn't engaging me, basically. But I'm going to keep my generals just moving around. And just look at that. These are some beautiful charges I'm just getting off there. And it's just basically really disrupting the enemy formations. I've just halved that unit with a hard charge there. Right, just pull straight out. Get ready for the next move. General, you just pull yourself out there now. You've done a brilliant charge there. Bringing their numbers down. Keep the momentum up, however. Right, this weaker unit knights, they're still doing excellent. Right, you lot, you've engaged. Right, pull out. Don't stay in an engagement. We're just gonna play purely hit and run, because remember, you guys aren't the best when it comes to just staying in a battle. You guys can hit hard, but you can't have the stamina. Well, you don't have the stamina. But just keep it going. Meanwhile, all my infantry here, they're just doing a fine job. They're just holding the enemy down as best they can. Just got them pinned. English knights, pull around, get on the flank, finish the job. You lot, close the gap on those chivalrics, finish it off. English knights, pull in here, slash them, crash them, smash them, kill them. Alright. Spanish line's beginning to falter. They're starting to have some retreats going around. Let's start bringing the spearmen out. Let's get them ready to start flanking around and basically putting even more pressure on the enemy units. Let's get some billmen moving around as well. Right, knights, keep moving. General, bring yourself back into a battle. Right, what have we got going here? Knights, yeah, start chasing down knights. We've got a considerable amount of units just running now, so I'd rather just get them killed off now. You knights, get yourselves pulled out. I think you need to do a fresh charge. Just recycle your charges. Getting you lot, how are we doing over here? Yeah. Enemy units are now just crashing out of the battlefield. We've managed to reduce a very formidable Spanish force now into just a little bunch of crying babies.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Yes, we have.
They have lost half their men.
I know, it's just not a good day for the Spanish now, is it? Right. General, just scrub, sweep, chase down, but make your priority anything that says has the combination of words dismounted chivalric knights. They're the tough boys of the Spanish army, and they're the ones I would see best to be rid of. They will aid me very muchly in my future campaign against the Spanish, for I will be campaigning against them. I think I need to repay their insults.
By St. George, our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Good job, men. Archers, ceasefire for now. It's getting I don't want to start having all my other units die, and you guys have done a fantastic job so far, but I think now my infantry can just finish this one off. I have pretty much just sallied forth my entire forces. Oh my god, triple gold chevron. Get him out of that battle now. You need to go somewhere to retrain. Fucking bastard. Yes! Right, I cannot auto-merge this time because I cannot lose a triple gold chevron unit of knights. Even if it's just a knight. You, dude. You and a fucking MVP. Triple gold chevrons.
The enemy army flees the field.
Finish them off, lads.
Pursue and run them down.
Oh, this feels good. This is a victory that brings immense satisfaction to me. Knights, keep chasing, keep finishing, keep disrupting, keep harassing, keep slaughtering. Just get rid of every last little Spanish unit. Oh, by the way, look at these swordsmen militia. They're actually kind of cool. They've got very good armour on. Guess they're the early version of the Rodolero or the Espadachin swordsman. Not quite there yet, though. Quite used a bit in the colonial era, I guess. I don't know. I'm just speaking from experience of playing Age of Empires 3. Fun game. Right, keep it going, lads. I actually really like playing this Spanish and Age of Empires 3. They're probably one of my favourite civs to play. They're also the first one I ever played because I played the demo version first. Yeah, Spanish were usually my main faction in multiplayer, if only because the Lancers were pretty good, and also there was some pretty OP home city cards you could get if you leveled up far enough. Right, keep it going, lads, keep it going. Gods are going to be bloody showering the love on us tonight for the killing of many Spaniards, right? Go on, go on, go on, go on, get rid of those guys. Not too many of them left, a couple of them have escaped, but actually, if we managed to push them to a point where the enemy army was just to melt away, if we did that, that is not just a grand victory for us. That is a humiliation for the enemy forces. Right, keep it going, keep it going. I want to achieve a humiliation now for the enemy. I want this to become a heroic victory, honestly, and I don't think it's going to be a heroic victory because heroic victories are ones where we defeat the odds. Here we just kind of outsmarted an enemy of equal strength to us, but we have outsmarted them hard. I see losses in my ranks. I see a few of my units have died, mainly cavalry. But oh my god, where did my gold chevron knight go? Did he die? Oh, he must have had a wound and it got infected or something. Damn! Little buddy! Little buddy! He was the best of his kind, and I guess he was too good for this world. Looks like some of the swordsmen militia are going to escape this time around. Wonder how many... Oh wow, we're taking a lot of prisoners. 655. I am tempted to ransom them, if I'm honest, but at the same time, this was one of the more dangerous Spanish armies, so I might be better off just eliminating them. That being said, we've shown very much now that dismounted chivalric knights are a beatable unit. Mainly if we just get our lovely, amazing knights to just come and just basically kick their teeth in from the back. Right, what's left? There's just the enemy general left, except it's just one unit of dismounted chivalric knights. Right, fine, just get out there. Ride forth, slaughter him. He doesn't have multiple voices, by the way, but he's quite panicking. He wants to run for the hills, he wants to run away, but instead he's just going to find my cavalry running into him. General, do you want the winning kill? No, you're going to let one of your men do it. Oh well. Good job. Very good job. Alright. Looks like... Oh, he's going to escape. Oh well. He can go and tell the tale to his comrades. Maybe he can say, you know what, those English guys are actually quite good at battles. Maybe we shouldn't be fighting them. Maybe we should be making peace with them. Hey, I hear that England's in the market for a new ally. And these could be a useful ally.
The enemy are utterly vanquished. This is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Hey, heroic victory, I'll take that. I will take that for my achievement in outsmarting the enemy, for that is how I believe this one was won. This was not won through brute force. This was a battle won by superior tactics. And what were those tactics? We made a defensive wall, we lured in the enemy, we cut off their reinforcements, and then the cavalry went to town. Hell, they went to town so hard, I only lost 337 men in that entire battle. So my host is mighty, and it can continue its march into the Spanish lands. The enemy, well, they're gone. If you want to look at some interesting stats, here are some interesting stats. A few units actually achieved a triple digit of getting killed, and look at that, -6 experience. That was my unit male knights who got the gold and then lost. 106 kills though, some of the longbowmen, 116 kills, a unit of male knights, 224 kills, a unit of levy spearmen, nope, longbowmen, sorry, 163 kills, one unit of the male knights got 131 kills, and yeah, and also a lot of prisoners taken, but that was mainly by my amazing generals and cavalry chasing down all the retreating units, but either way that was pretty strong of us, and I am very happy with our stats, so let us continue. That's a lot of money we could ransom, but at the same time that's a lot of dangerous enemy infantry I'm basically releasing back to the Spanish. But I do need the money right now because
you are wise, Lord.
I do need to build a lot of stuff right now, so once more I'm going to give you the option of ransom, but I'm not expecting them to accept it. Yeah, but I had a feeling they would reject it. Oh well, execution.
Glorious victory is ours, sire. Glorious victory is ours, sire.
Occupy what was
once ours. As you commanded, sire, these lands are now yours.
The enemy lay siege to our people, sire.
Okay, so there's a few things that we need to also deal with now. First and first, Angers would like to build a Master Swordsmith's Guild. I will heartily approve anything that improves troops, and we are still having civil disorder issues, mainly in Bologna and in Milan, so I will deal with those soon. Right, let's jump through our notifications and then have a look at the other things. There's two concerning factions to look at, those being Poland and Spain. Also, we've seen where that Polish navy got to. Right, can you finish off Admiral Brody's sad, please?
The enemy fleet.
Thank you. He's gone forever. Brilliant.
Our people rule these waters, sire.
Return to Nottingham and await further orders. Right. Settlement besieged. Prague is under siege. We're going to deal with that shortly. End of term report. Well, I exceeded my monetary expectations, but that was probably because of looting. So that's good, but I'm still concerned. Oh, wait, I'm rich as faction, so I'm obviously doing good, but we can do better. City ready to upgrade, by the way. Dublin's due an upgrade. I will approve that immediately because I just don't want to have the issues that come with not upgrading. So is Prague. I'll authorise that upgrade as well. So yeah, I've already basically nuked my budget for this turn, but then again, if a city needs upgrading, I'd rather just do it sooner rather than later. Otherwise, we're going to get Skwalker and then we're just going to get more public order issues, which I really just don't want. Right, faction announcements by the way. Francis Brown is now considered to be quite chivalrous. Ambrose Curthose is also chivalrous. He's also gained an additional command star. Christopher is feeling a bit unappreciated, however, as is Jehias Curthose. We need to find something for those people to do. Barnaby Underwood is feeling very respected though, and Nigel Bucknell has a judge, Simon an overseer, Hugh of Glastonbury a monk, and Robin Payne a guard dog. So first is first, let's see if we can just quickly find a job for Christopher and your highest. Christopher, I don't know why you're still feeling unappreciated. You've literally just got a lovely victory against the Spanish and you're off on to a very, very good victory against the Imperials.
Into the transport, sire.
Get your bum in that transport ship and you are gonna head somewhere down there. Right, and Barnaby, you are feeling disrespected. You're currently governing Angier. You will be... Oh, wait, you're in Cayenne. Alright. Don't worry, Cayenne can do something. Firstly, sir, start recruiting some Knights Hospitalia, because we can do that, except they're very expensive, so maybe don't recruit too many of them. That being said, they're still a very superior cavalry unit, so I do want them. And start recruiting some longbowmen. I could use another army, so you can start overseeing the recruitment of a new army. And then construction pot by the way. Breslau has a city watch. Ajako a leather tanner. I mean, it's just some repairs, right? Ajako, can you start upgrading your leather tanner? And Breslau, I would like you to work on something else, maybe. We could do an armourer, or we could do a gunsmith. Council chambers are an inn. I'd rather just try and look at getting some more profit out of my cities. The public order is alright for now, but then again, it needs a governor of this city soon, so... Maybe build an inn for the time being, and also I could really use recruiting some spies to watch the Polish, so that'd be a good idea as well. Right, recruitment report by the way. Angers recruited some armoured swordsmen, Angers some longbowmen, and mailed knights. Bologna some spear militia, and then the rest is just retraining. Right. Three main things I want to quickly touch upon before we end this episode, because we've only got about 50 minutes left today, my friends. I want to touch in one thing in the Middle East first. I had my army just marching around a bit lonely, and it's on its way to Edessa to basically take an Egyptian city, because fuck the Egyptians. What do we know about Edessa before we even think about it? There are two generals, the Sultan Hazem and also Al-Hazif Sef. There's a unit of Mamluk archers, 2 units of archer militia, and 2 units of spear militia. It's going to be not that easy for you to take Captain Morris. But I do have a few troops, and to be honest, these guys literally have nowhere to go to, so I'm going to authorise that you
wish,
siege Edessa. As far as I can tell, this is probably the last province the Egyptians hold. They may try and send reinforcements in the form of Captain Rasul, but see if, you know, I'm just going to make an excuse like, you know, yeah, build things that take too long to build, probably do some siege towers though, because of the presence of enemy archers, but you can hold out 7 turns. I can wait 7 turns. Starve them out if you can, please. I'd rather not take on 2 generals' bodyguards because I think we'd lose that battle, so I'm going to starve out Edessa unless the enemy comes to us, and then we'll do what we can, but this is really just the last thing I can do with this army, and if I take Edessa, that's good. I can build this land up, and if the Mongols remain peaceful and do not become deceitful, but I don't trust them, so I expect them to become deceitful. But if I do take Edessa, I'm going to build this town up, turn it into a castle. I'm going to use it against the Mongols. That will be our best use. Right, by the way, I'm going to recall you, Admiral James. Make your way back to England, please, or to basically what is the English Empire. But make your way back here, because you're not doing me a lot of good over there. I need to do other things with you. Right, by the way, Poland, hello, thank you for blockading me here. I'm going to just kill you now. But it's a strength ratio of 2 to 3, so maybe we shouldn't. I'm not just going to willingly go into a losing naval battle. That being said, retrain your knight and then build a cog so we can stop this blockade. And we're already out of money because I've spent it all. Well done me. And I'm probably going to... Yeah, I'd say these guys are probably going to get it out of their system, but at the same time they're not. By the way, who are you? You're Demaris. You're just a dude.
Your orders.
Right, you lot just link up right there. You lot just spare troops
Forces,
and await further orders as well. You could just hang around here. Bologna, luckily, is getting the writing out of its system, so I may be able to march out again soon, but I'm not just going to march out instantly because that's just a good way to go and get myself killed. By the way, Admiral James, can you go link up with Admiral Richard? And yeah, there we go. Stronger navy, just in case someone gets in our way, but I want these guys to disembark at Rome and take the town. Ajako, just recruit some peasants as well, just so then we can try and keep your public order from collapsing. I also saw a few Spanish fleets moving around and a Spanish army moving into attack again. So we've got Ferran Gomez somewhere, Captain Diego's on his way, and actually I was thinking this was going to be a big one, Captain Ferrando, but
Name
it's
the
just one
field of
unit.
battle. We will meet you there.
Yeah, you meet me somewhere, but not here. But yeah, we're going to have to keep our eye on Captain Diego. In fact, we're going to go and spy on him now, and let's see what he is heading our way so we can prepare accordingly.
Investigating with discretion, my lord.
Right, it's a tough army is what I'm going to say. They've even got handgunners again. When again, they're not very good. Well, I'd say that, man. I've got my amazing arquebusiers, but my guys have been quite good. But then again, these guys seem to be well armoured, so that may be where their strength comes in. That being said, there's a lot of feudal knights, a lot of chivalric knights, and a lot of artillery. Luckily, the army lacks in cavalry once more, so I might be able to do what I just did in the fields of Bordeaux. But we're going to keep our eye on that army, and we're going to have to prepare. And also, Ansel has gained some additional skills, so well done, Ansel. Good. Right. Toulouse, I need you to merge your men, and I think we're going to potentially try and march on Pamplona. The city is not that strong, and I want to start taking Spanish lands in retribution, and to basically force them to peace with me.
We will not surrender these
you lot
waters
are not
easily.
up to anything, but then again, at the same time, I do want to take Marseille. The Pope has taken his eyes off the ball, but at the same time, bigger issues than Marseille, so maybe not. So
Hail, my
Ambrose,
king.
what do I have? I have a lot of troops, but at the same time, I'm not sure what's in here.
Where to,
Also, can you
sire?
see if a route is clear for me
With
to march on
discretion,
Pamplona?
sire.
But as far as I can tell, it is a quiet town. There isn't a major garrison here, so we might be able to do this. And I could send up a troops from Bordeaux as well at the same
My
time.
king.
John, by the way, you're heading into here. What happened to the garrison commander I was sending here? Did he just go and get lost? Oh no, wait, he's here.
Hail, my king!
And he's got
With
too many
honour,
troops,
sire.
right. Send in
Hail, my
your
king.
billmen, and you lot
Sire.
can become the
Splitting
dukes.
forces, sire.
In fact, there's
Hail,
still
my
retraining to do
king.
so. After the next turn, where I'm going to do some retraining, we're going to move out.
Orders.
Captain Richard, you can head for Angiers
By
right now.
your command.
And
We
add
can
to
go
that
no
army.
further today, sire.
Good job, very good job. Incredibly good job, right. I do want to march out to Toulouse now, if I'm honest, and start trying to bash some Spanish heads. But I do want to get my spies just to have a quick check of the Pyrenees, make sure it is definitely safe before I commit my armies there. What is going on with the Imperials? Well, Captain Ludwig is on his way to attack us, that's
My
fine.
lord.
Captain France is going to move in against Captain Lorenz. I'm happy with that, but at the same time, this Captain Carlos Chappie, I think the Spanish are going to get in my way here. Hold your position for now. I
Hail, my
do
king!
not trust the motivations of the Spanish. I think they're intending to get in my way. I want to wait until they're out here. So for now, Toby,
Yes,
return to
my
Bern and await further orders. I am just not getting anywhere in Innsbruck right now, but I can't do it when there's a big Spanish army on its
We
way
will
over.
see you
And
dead,
oh my
hidden.
god, what the fuck is this army actually? Well, I probably don't need to worry about it, if I'm honest. It's just like 10,000 bits of artillery my men could just basically walk up to and punch in the face. Alright, we're going to do a Captain Lorenz next time, and because I don't really have time to do this battle today, because the big battle I want to do is getting rid of Captain Dickhead over here, who thinks he can go and siege my towns.
As you wish.
However, I don't think it's going to happen until next turn. Of course, it isn't going to happen until next turn, and I'm not going to sally forth because I don't think he's close enough to be within remit. That being said, what do we know against this guy?
Know your enemy. It is me.
So this is Ryszard of Barclaw. He's bringing 1 unit of Polish Knights, 2 units of dismounted Polish Knights who have been proven to be an okay infantry. And I just realised that's the word for Polish Knight is Rickers. I butchered that, but that's what I'm going to call now, Rickers. And this guy, I thought it was called Rickers as well. I thought, oh right, his name's just Knight, but it's not. Still, yeah. It's not the big army, but at the same time, my army here, the garrison, they'd lose. So I'm not selling forth on that one. That would be a folly. So what can I do to wrap this episode? Because I've still got 15 minutes to go. Oh, what do we know about these guys by Captain P?
Come and fight me, you coward!
You know what? Dispatch
Hail
the
my
troops
king.
from Bern to deal with him, please. I want that loser gone.
Hail
so
my
just get rid of
king.
him. And
As you
then...
command, my liege.
Oh, fuck it, let's just get rid of Captain Lorenz now. Now, there may be reinforcements from Innsbruck that we have to worry about, mainly in the form of Lucas and some tough infantry units, which is the big concern. But at the same time, I do have a sufficient amount of cavalry, so this may go my way.
Come and face the
And
might
like
of
we've
the
already said
Reich,
with these guys, they're not the strongest. And to be honest, there aren't really that many concern units, so... I'm happy to go forward and bring this guy down, so let's go forward and bring this guy down.
To war then, sire.
I am wary of the Spanish, by the way, but now that I've seen our army and how crap it is, I'm just going to say, I genuinely don't know what they're doing. I think we can take that one in a field battle. It'll be a very interesting field battle and a very strange one. But for now, Captain Franz is going to take the fight to Captain Lorenz, a man who I've wanted dead for a very long time. The balance of power, by the way, is 1-to-1. This one could go either way. Lorenz brings a lot of crossbow men, quite a bit of artillery, but his infantry corps is pretty weak with just a unit of mercenary spearmen, or 2 units of mercenary spearmen, and then a unit of spear militia. A nice spread out approach should minimise the enemy missile damage, and we need to keep the English Knights shielded as well from the enemy missile attacks. And that being said, we will also be dealing with Lucas, a Holy Roman general. He'll be bringing 2 units of dismounted feudal knights. They may cause some issues for us, but if our English knights manage to engage them, then we should win that one. And 3 units of armoured sergeants, who, yeah, they're alright infantry, so we may have minor issues against them, but I think we should be able to take this one on the balance of power. My artillery, while not in big numbers, could definitely do some clean out of the enemy archers, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, I am happy to authorise the march forward. So Captain Franz, begin marching forward, and then let's see if we can siege the town of Innsbruck, or even just take it outright this turn by wiping out the entire garrison. Who knows?
Yes, my lord. Preparing the men to attack.
Okay, so we're somewhere in the hilly alpine mountain passes in what will one day be known as Switzerland. But for now, this is Holy Roman territory, and tricky territory of that. As you can see, it is incredibly forested, and it is quite hilly, and there are a variety of places where we could position ourselves. This steep mountain hill here is a pretty interesting location for us to set up, and one that would provide us with superior missile coverage. Or we could deposit ourselves in the forested valley where it's going to be tough to move around. There'll be a lot of hiding going on, but the ground is flatter and easier to negotiate in some senses. Also, there's a big fortified cathedral-y thing here, which looks kind of cool. Either way, this mountain pass is what stands between me and capturing the last Imperial castle that they own. So, let's get our troops up here and let's make a plan. I do want to definitely take advantage of this area, and I think this will be a fantastic place to set up our artillery emplacement, because they don't do brilliantly in forests. So, I am going to have my artillery set up here, and they are going to have a squadron of spearmen look after them, because I have a feeling this might be where the enemy reinforcements spawn. So the spearmen can look after them, and with that being said, they should be safe. Our main unit of infantries are going to march through the forests, where we should hopefully have an easier time of not getting killed, and it'll also be where my longbowmen will be. So longbowmen are going to be in the forest. I'm going to give them stakes in case the enemy wishes to march forward. So there we go, we're set up there, and then we're going to have our cavalry. So we have 2 units of knights here, just sort of in the open ground where, yeah, they are spottable, but at the same time it's easier for me to control them. The other guys will march with the hobilars, who do at least have mailed armor, so they should perform alright. So yeah, we have 2 units of cavalry working for us. Yeomen are grouped up, by the way. Longbowmen, I'm going to have you march alongside the artillery, so you guys will go this way. And I'll set you up some stakes as well, just in case. It's just nice just to leave these horrible little traps around for everyone. I have 4 additional units of spearmen, so they'll be my mainline troops for pushing into the Imperial positions down here. Because they are shielded, so they should be able to soak up some of the damage, and they are well armoured, so they shouldn't really have a problem marching and basically just clobbering a load of militia units. Mainly because my biggest weakness in this battle is actually I do lack heavy infantry. I do have 2 units of hidden dismounted English knights, but I think you all know my naysaying about them speaks for itself, really. They're not the best unit, and I am a bit concerned about their usage in this battle. And I do have a unit of dismounted feudal knights, but they are so low in number they barely count, and it's a bit weird that I decided to bring them along, but well, I brought them along. Either way, I think we do have our advantages in that we do have multiple positions where we can strike with a lot of missile strength. I do have plenty of militia units who are superior to their cruddy militia units, and my cavalry should be able to deliver the home winning charge. Either way, let's just move in, bring this one down, and see how interesting this battle really is. And the enemy reinforcements are not around just yet. That's fine. There we oh, yeah, delayed. That's fine. Was it because of my computer? I find that funny every time. Oh no, my amazing 4 GHz CPU couldn't fucking handle it. Yeah, of course it couldn't. Alright, units, get moving in. Let's take advantage of this little error while I can. I'm just gonna get my reinforcements to take a position up on this hill where they should be able to cause plenty of damage, and hopefully once more distract the enemy, force them to split their troops, and then that's where the real fun begins. Longbows, hold position for now. The enemy isn't moving forward. Let's keep it that way. Let's wait until my artillery is in position and ready to move. And then, you never know, my PC suddenly might, I don't know, blast its fan on for a bit. I'll just smash that overdrive button, and then, hey, I can just summon enemy reinforcements at will. Well, I want to. Nah, I want to. I want more challenge, more difficulty, more. Because it feels like I'm being cheated out of a challenge here because of silly reasons. Okay. I'm going to just fast forward this one now, just while my men get into position, so I'll see you in a few, my friends. Okay, so I am in position now. The enemy has noticed what I'm up to, so they are sending a few units to, well, have a word with me, basically. Longbowmen are in position and are starting to fire, so let's start taking advantage of our positions. The enemy is basically coming to me, so longbows, I want you to start firing, basically. Oh, wait, oh, we gave away our position there, but if we're in range, I want you to start killing them, basically. Our main units of infantry have not yet had their positions compromised, so we should be safe in that aspect. Alright, what's coming up here? Some crossbow militia, right, that's fine. You lot, just start trying to take out the spearmen. Artillery, come on, I need to see some shots going off. The enemy is skirmishing away, that's fine. I've got the spearmen waiting just in case it all goes a little bit wrong. Right, you lot, keep the nearest unit away, just keep them suppressed for now. Right, how are my yeomans doing down here? We're basically fighting 2 battles at once here. Yeomans, don't stray from your positions. Return to your positions. Let the enemy come to us. Let the enemy come to us. Right. Start taking out their peasant archers. Start taking out their crossbow militia. To start weakening their missile power, because that's definitely the greatest strength the Imperials have brought to this battle. That being said, I'm not going with flaming munitions. We can just basically take them out with regular munitions today. Right, what's coming up? Crossbows, mercenary spears, right. Keep tangling with those crossbows. You lot, I'm not really seeing a lot of shots coming out, which is concerning me a bit. Can we get some more shots out, please? Because I just haven't seen anything coming out. Maybe I've just not been looking at the right times, but I need to see some more stuff going on, but we have managed to push some of their crossbows away. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Keep targeting their mercenary spears up. I know there's a big forest there, so it's not really easy for you to hit anything anyway, but like, you have got such a good trajectory here, you need to be taking advantage of it, so please just get into position and start getting some shots out. Meanwhile, these guys, they're not having a good time really. I'm just going to say that they're having a bad time, in fact. Right, yeoman, what's cooking? You're taking out some of these guys. Right, you lot really should be in guarding formation. It was my own fault for not putting you in guarding formation. Lads, can we not keep scrambling our formations around, please? And can we not skirmish? Come on. You're kind of just, well, you're kind of just messing the formation up a little bit, and the formation was pretty good as it was, right? I suspect something's about to go down over here, by the way. Yeah, the enemy keeps throwing stuff at us, right? Catapult, I don't know why you have seen fit to wander off, by the way, but please do not do that. Right, what's running up here? Some more crossbow militia. Archers, how are we doing? Are we going to bring them down? Because I would like you to bring them down, please. No skirmishing, by the way. Hold your position. They're just running up to us because they're fat bad at aiming. They're basically kids who have to basically put, a little light gun right up against the TV, so they have no challenge whatsoever because they're pathetic, right? Those guys are going to try and flank us. I would like to tell them that they're not allowed to do that, so please just go deliver that message on my behalf, please. Archers, if you would like to listen to any orders in the near future, please do convenience me by doing that, please. Right. I'm a little concerned the enemy may be trying to overrun my position here now. That was a good try, by the way. Right. Catapults, just try and focus on things that are really far away, please. Spears, I need you to come forward and have a go against mercenary spears. Longbows, these are some good shots you keep getting out. Keep it up. Artillery, I'm just annoyed with you at the minute. You are just being very disorganised right now, and it's starting to get me down because their artillery's getting to a position now where they're going to start causing me some havoc. Right, longbows, I see more arrows are going now, and they should hopefully be hitting things that we can hit. I am aware that the enemy does keep hiding, so it is not making things too easy for us. Every unit now should be firing. This unit can't fire because it is too far away, but that being said, some units have just strayed into their range, so please unhide yourselves, start loosening off those shots and just kill as many enemies as you can. We need to control this battlefield for as long as we can, right? Well done on routing those guys out, by the way, spearmen. I'm very happy with that. You lot, you can pull yourselves back up now. The enemy is now just going to try and lure you to their battle line. You lot start focusing your fire, but don't do that thing where you implode and just get two of your catapults stuck inside each other. That's always fatal when that happens, isn't it? So please do not do something stupid, or you could just not listen to my orders and just start firing your shots out anyway, because apparently listening to me is very overrated these days. Right, you get to work on that. I'm hearing that there's a melee engagement going on somewhere, and it's apparently you lot. How about you guys just pull back up the hill? I think just some peasants were trying to engage us for some reason, but it wasn't really working out their way. Longbows, make those merc spears the object of my wrath, please. They're the key unit that needs to go down. Once they're down, the enemy's basically left with nothing but crap. Alright, how's it going over here? The enemy is just getting hammered. I'm not doing so well now, but some of my units are starting to lose their strength. Mainly because these guys just have the reactions of the tortoise. Guys, can you just try and get some arrows out, please? You lot keep getting the arrows out. Trying to find the best units to target, really. We'll try and just hit the centre of their formation, that'd be best. And I'm going to start going up to the next DEFCON level. Start moving some cavalry in for the flank, please. They still have their spear militians just trying to kick around. They are trying to guard the flanks, but there may be an opening we can create with this. Spearmen, reorganise your position, please, and prepare to do more crap for me. But for now, just get your position back into a bit more of an organised position. Right, what's going on over here? The enemy's pulling their artillery back for a little bit. That's good. But they are coming forward to basically attack me again. We are targeting the mercenary spears once more, and they are just about out of units. Artillery, you just haven't lifted a finger this entire battle, have you? I know I haven't had you on fire at will, but at the same time, I have been repeatedly giving you orders, and you have just barely lifted a finger, right? Artillery is keeping some units back though, so maybe when I berate it actually starts doing stuff for me. Alright, get back to work though. You can't just sit around and do nothing all day. archers, there's some units with their backs facing to get that done. My longbowmen are just about out of arrows now, so we're not going to be able to hold that position forever. We may need to start doing something else with that position. Maybe I might just start moving my spearmen down so they can start getting the kills. Longbowmen, you're doing an excellent job there, just basically sitting around just blasting as many enemies down as I can. Try and target anything that's got better armour on, really, like the crossbow militia. They're really the units that basically are just a slight bigger pain to bring down, but if I'm honest, there is not a lot of choice at the buffet today in terms of getting kills, but it's alright, my lovely knights are on their way. In fact, you know what, knights, I have a better use for you. Make your way up here and prepare to bring down whatever's left of these guys, because my longbowmen can't hold the line anymore. They are in fact out of ammo. Oh, levy spears, you know what, start moving down. Come on down, levy spears, you can finish this one off. My artillery's trying, but it's not going to happen, but it managed to take something out. Artillery, I think I did not give you the best angle of firing today, but you are really trying. Make your focus now just somewhere over there. Spears, I want you to move down this hill, just come charging down like a madman, break into their positions and finish them off. The enemy's already quite demoralised from our constant missile barrage, so I think you can just finish it off. I'm going to position some cavalry somewhere where they can do some headhunting. Other cavalry, I need you to come up here and prepare to do some other bits and bobs for me. But for now, there we go, spears just charging down the hills, already disrupting the enemy formations, already just giving them like an absolute nightmare. Cavalry, get up here as quick as you can. There are so many good units for you to start chasing down, but I want you to do that. Also, bring down their artillery. They've just brought their artillery into a very exposed position, and that's really causing them a lot of trouble as well.
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Fantastic. We have now well and truly given the enemy a absolute massacring. I'm going to keep bringing my knights in here. Right, you lot, levy spears, make sure you're not just running alongside, run into them, get them engaged and get them killed.
Our men have slain. The enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in gallantry.
My computer woke up and decided that it was a £1,000 gaming PC that could run Medieval 2 to a degree some would call good.
The enemy are badly
right.
bloodied.
That's fine.
They have
They're
lost
far
half
away.
their men.
I think that is a good opportunity for me to just now finish this battle. As in, we're going to finish off the initial Imperial forces and we're going to start repositioning our men and preparing for the next wave. Archers, cease fire. I need you elsewhere now. Knights. There's a lot of spear militia here and they just went and blown up my own position there. Onagers or catapults. Call it a stop for now. I will have further use for you. For now, can you start making your way down the hill and reposition yourselves? Levy spears, come down here, start engaging, mainly start engaging the enemy spears. They're the units I want engaging the most. All yeomans are to stop whatever they're doing now. You lot, start finding units that are vulnerable, crash into them, kill them, get rid of them. You lot, yeah, you can just do whatever you're doing. You two, levy spears, you can come to the centre of the battlefield now. Just reorganise your position and await for further orders from me. We're going to get into a new position and we're going to prepare for the final wave of enemy men, because that is going to be consisting of heavily armoured infantry, which is going to be a little tougher to bring down. So right now, let the cavalry do the work. They're just going to go around, they're going to find a unit, bring it down to a routing level, then just try and sweep it up, mop it up, and then they'll be ready for the next phase of this battle. Anything that's just basically running towards the enemy reinforcements, we will just let go for now. They may come back, but if they do come back, I think there's going to be very little of them coming back. In fact, we have done a lot of damage to the Imperials. They are now getting very, very low numbers, so keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. There we go. Oh, swing and miss with your sword there, dude. That was about as good as my skills on Mountain Blade. Right. Bring down whatever's after those mercenary spearmen, because I'd rather they didn't come back. I'm not really too keen on spearmen, if you haven't noticed. Right, by the way, yes, you're doing very, very good. Yeomans, move up to the clearing and prepare for the final phase of the battle. In fact, you can position yourselves just slightly inside this area, and that will be good enough for me. So get yourselves set up here. Artillery, yep, turn and face. Levy spears, get yourselves up here. And heavy infantry, if you could also join us up here. The enemy is not bringing any missile power with this army, so we are safe in that aspect. Cavalry, do some last bits of chasing, but if I'm honest, we could probably just call it here. So you know what, neaten yourselves up, get in a new formation, let those losers go for now.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
There we go, right, that's that entire enemy army gone, they've fled. Right, catapults, line up and prepare to start hitting the enemy. I need to bring down Lucas, he's going to be our new foe, the deadly foe. Spearmen, get yourselves organised here. Young me the main line here. Other two spearmen, you just stay here and watch the flanks. I mean, just look at this. This is some beautiful organisation. By the way, someone bring down those spearmen. There's way too many of those guys trying to escape. Let's just put an end to that ambition now. I don't think they'll brace themselves. I think they'll just accept the fate I'm about to bequeath unto them, hopefully. There we go, oh, lads. Good job. Absolute slaughter pit you've just created there. Keep it going. Don't just let... Oh my god, just look at those numbers. I love it when the numbers just sink like that. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Right, artillery. Are we able to start hitting the enemy? No, we are not. Come on, we should be able to start hitting them very, very soon. Artillery, if you need to move your positions up, please do so. But I am seeing that you are now more or less able to start hitting them, so please do so. Yeoman, where are we at? There you are, nearly in position. Get yourselves just positioned here and just start pinging off whatever you can, please. I would run them, but actually no, yeah, do run them. Only one of them's tired, so yeah, the rest of them are still relatively fresh. Alright, you lot have done a very good job there. Hobilars, where are we up to? Yeah, we're just repositioning, fantastic. Start moving one group of knights, just basically once more, just make the most obvious attempt on the flanks in the world. Right, artillery has just started opening fire. It's not exactly having the best of times doing so. Yeoman, yep, you're catching up, fantastic. Two-phase battle, I love two-phase battles. The second phase is the one I have now just basically sort of gracefully moved into. Spears, start moving up a little bit. I may need you to just cover the movements of my knights, just make sure that they don't get interfered with me, because there are a lot of armoured sergeants creeping around who seek to cause me some major disruptions. Artillery, try to hit the centre of the enemy formation. Alright, here we go, here we bloody go. Right, got some knights looking to cause trouble. I'm going to move in and just give them a killing. Artillery, call it a day. Spears, keep it defensive, hold your positions, and just keep the enemy busy for a couple of minutes. See the general's bodyguards attempting to engage us, so we need to get rid of him. Right, general, you come here, try and get rid of the general's bodyguard. He's going to be a tough customer to beat though, so I really need to get some spearmen over there, except I don't really have any spearmen around right now. I have a nice line of spearmen, but they're too far away. I could try and manoeuvre them though, so spears, if you can try and manoeuvre yourselves over, you may have to tangle some armoured sergeants in the process. At the same time, I am just putting as much pressure as I can on Lucas. I have got additional knights just moving in on him. Knights, try and bring down the rest of his army. If we bring down the rest of his army, Lucas might lose a bit of a tizzy, and that might be where we get him. But for now, I need you to break off on attacking him. He's a bit like a tin can. We're going to need a tin opener. And big pointy spears are very good tin openers. Right. Let's just start hitting other units that we can. Start hitting basically spears, start hitting other things, but actually the general's bodyguard is coming down quite a bit. Alright, we might have an opportunity to bring him down again. But cavalry, I need
St. George protect us.
Oh, there goes
our
our captain.
general lies slain upon the battlefield.
Alright, he met a bad end to some annoying spear militia there. Right. Alright. It's not the end of the world just yet, but we are getting... The Hobilars have been chased down by the enemy general. Right, I'm going to send those 2 units of cavalry to go and deal with them then. Keep them busy. But that being said, losing the cavalry is not going to be good for the future battle, where we may be needing that to basically run up and blow up a load of Spanish artillery positions. But we're going to do that annoying battle later, right? Mailed Knights, don't bother with those guys. Try and keep your focus on bringing down those dismounted feudals. Heavy infantry, I don't know where you are, but if you really are in a position to help, I could really use you, because I'm starting to get some routing on my end, because there are some big heavy infantry units, so, you know, their knights are trying to cause some trouble for me. Spears, get in there, bring down their spears. You are far finer than they are, and I am starting to see some disruption in my own lines, which is going to start causing me some troubles. English Knights, keep your focus on bringing down their heavier infantries. Just focus on units who specialise in killing. Right, where's my last remaining units of cavalry? They are currently about to get whomped by the enemy
Only
general,
half
but
the enemy force
keep
remains.
him busy for a little longer. I'm going to try and get some spears towards him if I have any to
Our
send.
men are winning
but
the battle.
I don't. Right.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
I didn't even set the yeomen to fire at will, by the way, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because, yeah, they don't really have any good opportunities to fire at the enemy here. Right, dismounted English Knights. You focus on chasing down whatever's left. Spears, I need you to start moving in on the enemy general. Like, any spears I have, just start closing in on the enemy general. You know what? Cavalry, try and lure him over.
The enemy
wait, he's
general
down.
lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell. The enemy army flees the field.
Excellent.
Pursue and run them down.
Alright, run down anything that isn't the general's bodyguard. He's definitely not worth the time. Just make sure everything else is brought down, and we should hopefully have a tasty little victory here that could even open up access to Innsbruck. But I'm not going to bet on it just yet. Though, that was a very good battle, my men. A long battle. I didn't expect it to last nearly half an hour, but it did. But still, nice control of the geography there. Nice to take advantage of that, and nice to bring down the enemy reinforcements when they come. Reinforcements did pose a bit of a problem. I did suspect that they would because they were the heavier troops, and my army wasn't as organised as it could have been. And yeah, I think I was just a bit off my game there, but it's a bit I'm on pretty much the tail end now of a 4-hour session of this game, and I have been at work all day, so I'm just going to keep firing out the shit excuses, if you don't mind. Right, remember, don't focus on the enemy general, try and focus on something else, try and focus on something expendable, something that could try and come back and haunt us. They're the key units to get rid of, especially bigger units. The bigger units we need to get rid of for definite. The smaller ones might just melt away on their own, but if we get rid of the big guys, then that's where we're gonna be at our best. Yeah, definitely get rid of the catapult. Don't like having those hanging around, especially when the Spanish have about 10,000 of them on their way to Innsbruck for some reason. I was maybe wondering if they were going to siege Innsbruck and basically just totally betray their own allies. If I did, that would have been fucking hilarious. Right. Keep it up, lads. I think we've just about won this one now. I'm going to start speeding it up as well, because there isn't really too much left to see. But I've just got units going here, there and everywhere, just charging down whatever's left of random little spear units, because that's pretty much all that's left. Yeah, I mean, there's some armoured sergeants there. Come on, lads. Once more, not beside them, run into them. There we go. Make sure it goes down. There we go. See, you got heard from like the sheep they are. There's some catapult units there. Get rid of the catapult units. Come on, don't just let them live. They need to be brought down. They need to die. There we go. Right. Good battle, men. Very good victory. Let's see what rating we get. I don't think this will be a heroic one. If it is, I'll be very happy. Not exactly
By
feel
the
heroic.
grace
Oh,
of God,
heroic.
our foe is utterly vanquished. Let all who remember this day remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Well, you saw it here, folks. 2 heroic victories in 1 turn. How about that? Well, alright, one was during a turn transition, but, well, 2 heroic victories in 1 episode. Fantastic. Right, Captain France, if you don't get promoted, I'll be very upset, but well done upon losing less than 500 men, while basically bringing down nearly 3,000 of oh, wow, you did very good. You did excellent. Prior planning and prior planning and precision prevents piss poor performance, and that is exactly what we prevented. Instead, we got a power play in that we have brought down a lot of enemies. Bits of experience shared out. I wish there was more experience shared out, but, well, that's just my wishful thinking. But, yeah. Excellent job. Pretty much brought those guys down. Lucas was dead. I mean, Lucas's army actually got smashed. That was better than I thought, and yeah, less of Lorenz's army escaped than I thought. I was actually worried a lot of them had escaped, but yeah, looks like we just killed them off. That's a mighty ransom we could get as well, and I really could use the money. Oh wow, I think we were stopped with a hanger. I think we started breaking out the firing squads. Right, well. Oh well. Oh, and look at that. The door's open. We could go into Innsbruck. Fine, take it and prepare to hold it out against a lot of Spanish people who are probably going to now decide that they would like the area, but at the same time, I need Innsbruck. Occupy the settlement, by the way. It seems that we are able to... Oh, God. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a priest excursion as they all just back out. Oh, wait, it was just one. Alright, that's fine. Good. Innsbruck is mine. Though the money's going to have to be directly put into recruitment and replenishment. First things first, replenish. There we go. That's opened up 2 slots. I'm just going to outright recruit 2 new units. Make one of them some feudal knights, and make one of them... make the rest of it retraining. Retrain anything that's low on numbers for now. I'm guessing we've got some better stuff here. I mean, what have we got? Armourer, Baron Stables, Barracks, Archery Range. Yeah, it's a good place, and it's a citadel already, so... This will be a good place for us to set up for a little while. In fact, this is really going to sting the Holy Roman Empire very hard. I mean, the place is making money, and, well, it was their last castle as far as I could tell, so now the Imperials are fucked, because, yeah, I mean, look, we could recruit armoured swordsmen, dismounted feudal knights, dismounted English knights, yeomans, feudal knights, mailed knights, longbows. I mean, we've got the works here, and we've got good gunpowder. We've got bombards, mortars, ribballs, and catapults and ballistas. No trebuchets for some reason, but look, basically we've got the fun stuff, and we can also get some hobilars and peasant archers, but... Oh yes, that's going to serve me very well, incredibly well. But that is actually where we must call it an episode for today, my friends, and I really do hope you have enjoyed. I'm off to go and celebrate the new year being heralded in. I'm sure you already have, because it's 2019 when this goes up, so... I haven't said it in any of the episodes that I've gone up this weekend, but I really do genuinely hope you had a lovely new year. I hope you partied the night away or did whatever you did to herald in the new year. I'm sure you did something great. I'm just off to go and watch Star Wars and get drunk. Well, not drunk. I'm just going to enjoy a nice quiet cider because I think I've earned this one for 2 heroic victories. But until then, I'll see you on the next episode, my friends, where we'll be planning to take Rome, making our offensive move against the Spanish, and dealing with the Polish. And we'll be watching the Siege of Edessa just spiral, because I'm basically now torturing the Egyptians. Oh well, unfinished business and all that, eh? See you later.